Hello, I'm Stuart Duff, Head of Leadership Development at Candola. This short video is to give a taste of another one of our iLead tools. The tool is How to Delegate, and it comes from the Task Leadership collection. First of all, I'm going to outline some of the challenges of delegating, and then I'll go on to share some tips on what it is that helps leaders to improve the way that they delegate. Just to say, as a coach working with leaders on a regular basis, delegation has to be one of the toughest challenges for leaders. On the one hand, delegating is a very practical, interactive activity. Pretty much everyone in a leadership role understands that they need to delegate. And there are lots of tools around about setting objectives and planning. And yet, on the other hand, a lot of delegation is psychological. Very few leaders or managers actually find it easy to delegate. Why is this? Well, there are a number of reasons why people do struggle to delegate. They will be different for different people, but based on our experience in coaching, the three biggest reasons are, first of all, thinking that it will take too much time and effort to delegate. So in other words, it'll be quicker to do it myself. Secondly, believing that others won't do something as well as I can. It'll be better if I do it myself. And thirdly, actually being happier doing the work rather than taking on new work and potentially risking failure. So those are the things that people say about delegating and why it's difficult. But what they really mean is, other people will let me down. I don't trust others to do it in the way that I do it. And these reactions are based on stereotypes and judgments that affect the way that we delegate. And these biases include confirmation bias. So they'll do badly, delegating my work is simply going to prove that. Or similarity to me bias. I'll delegate to her because she works in the same way that I do, but I'm not going to delegate to him because he does things very differently. Or even negativity bias. I remember that one time when he let me down, and I'm not going to go through that again. These biases are the real reason why we struggle to delegate. So let's look at two useful steps that help people to break out of these mindsets and find ways to delegate more effectively. The first step is to look closely at the team and their direct reports. And when we're coaching, we often ask the leader to step back and look at the team and understand their interactions with the team before even looking at the process of delegation. We'd ask the leader to draw a network map of the team to look at the strength and the frequency of their contact with each member of the team. So who is it they turn to first when they need to get something done? Who's the first person that they would pick up the phone to when a problem crops up, and so on. Often it turns out that leaders have default team members that they turn to on the basis that those are the individuals that they trust more than they trust the other members of the team. What this really means is that those team members are most like the leader in their behaviour, their approach to work, and so on. So if I'm a detailed and structured person, I'm far more likely to return to people who are organised and diligent and detailed. More importantly, I'll feel uncomfortable with big picture thinkers or people who are more flexible with deadlines. So to break this cycle, the leader has to consciously recognise judgments that are being made and weigh up a range of alternative benefits that other colleagues could bring to completing the task. Ultimately, they need to look at different types of results that can be achieved rather than believing irrationally that there is one right way to do it. The second step is to look back at any typical working week and consider what proportion of workload could have been delegated. So a simple look at the week's work usually reveals a high number of options for delegating that have been missed. And we then help the leader to set up more effective future planning. So instead of looking back at their work, they look ahead in their diary to anticipate the next week or fortnight or month to see opportunities to offer development to their team members. And part of the plan is to include a briefing, time to allow another person to take ownership, a plan for delivery, and opportunities to review. So that's a brief taste of one of our iLead tools, How to Delegate. To find out more, please visit our website, candola.com.